is Rachel Wagner, and I learned about J. David Jewelry through a Bixby Chamber lunch when they were sponsoring the lunch. And it made me aware that they were right here in our community and that they would do custom work, and I just wanted to try them out.
I learned about J. David Jewelry from my wife, who's a member of the Bixby Chamber, told me about J. David and talked about the work and the particular attention to detail that she felt that they exhibited even in a short conversation. So that's what brought us here to J. David.
Our experience with J. David was exemplary. I tell you, from the very first time we came in and told them what we were interested in, I had some estate jewelry I wanted to have redesigned along with my wedding band, and they met with us, drew some things out, and just took us through the steps. And all I can say is it was just great customer service. They just really listened to what we were interested in, gave us some great ideas, but really wanted it to reflect what we wanted. But they shared their expertise, and we ended up with a beautiful custom-made ring that I just can't say enough about and have had so many compliments on.
Our experience with J. David Jewelry was exemplary in the sense of, from the very beginning when we came in and just shared some ideas and we're just looking for some thoughts and for some inputs, Joel was very good at listening to what my wife wanted and transferring that into a design on a little piece of paper on a Post-it note. Took that design on a Post-it note through the creation of a beautiful piece of jewelry for my wife. Very careful listener to what my wife was looking for, but then just an incredible creative person in the sense that he took what he heard, added his creativity to it to really produce a beautiful piece of jewelry. My main concern in working with a jeweler was just working with somebody that we could trust. There's just so much that goes on with that we really don't know. We look at it and it's a piece of shiny stone, diamond, glittery gold, and you have to really believe what that jeweler is telling you with the value of it and what it will cost and you have to have a deep sense of trust. And we felt that, even we had heard that before coming in here, but we just really sensed that integrity and the transparency that all the individuals at J. David Jewelry exhibited to us from the very beginning to the very end.
I would agree with all of that. There's an element of trust, because one of the things that they allow you to do is bring in any other jewelry that you want to have maybe contribute to part of the new product that's being custom created for you. And so, when you're giving them that jewelry and they're keeping it for you until they're making the product, you have to trust that everything's going to be fine and they're going to give you the value of that, which they did. But there's that trust relationship, and I think I really got that established just by getting to know them when they became part of the chamber, and there was a relationship that was developed, and that relationship is a trust relationship. People don't come to J. David, they really miss out on, number one, great customer service, and number two, they really miss out on an opportunity to have someone really be a listener, whether they're buying something right off the shelf out of the display case or whether they want something custom made. They really listen to you here, and people sometimes don't know, that all of what's available when they come in here until you learn about it. And when you find that out, I've already been able to share my experience getting my ring custom made with someone I met in a retail store who happened to notice my ring, and I could tell her the story, and she said, "Oh, I've got this jewelry in my drawer. I should take it in there and have them make a ring for me." So I think people sometimes just don't know that, and they don't know that until they find out and someone lets them know about it. What a great experience they can have here.
I think people will miss developing a relationship with a business if they don't come to J. David Jewelry. So much of life is built upon relationships. Relationships develop into trust. And when you come into a jewelry store, you can look at all kinds of things, and particularly a guy can get lost in all the kinds of things and could be easily convinced to go in a direction that maybe ultimately they're not as happy about. But we've talked about listening several times, and we just saw that over and over again, and we felt that the ultimate piece that we walked out was just a combination of relationship, trust, and just a personal pride that the folks here at J. David put into combining what they heard to what we walked out the door with. I would recommend J. David Jewelry to family and friends because of the relationship, the trust, and the value and then the creativity put in there. And that's what I would recommend to somebody, that if you're interested in not only just having a piece of jewelry crafted, but purchasing a piece of jewelry that you feel good about the day that you bought it, and 20, 30, 40 years later, visit J. David Jewelry.